Hello, my name is Zelgerath. Recently, the secret Pokemon Keldeo has been available for download at participating GameStop stores in the United States. As a Pokemon trainer who lives in the United States, I decided to go to GameStop to download Keldeos using my copies of Pokemon Black and White. But when I went to download Keldeo, I didn't settle for one or two Keldeos. Instead, I unleashed one of Team Unown's plans, which we jokingly call Operation Magic Pony, which is an attempt to obtain 31 Keldeos, one for my collection of Pokemon, and 30 to fill up a box in my PC. This is the story of Team Unown's success at the Keldeo event. I will start by talking about day one of our plan. On August 27th, 2012, the first day of the Keldeo event, I arrived at the mall pretty early in the day, looked at some movie posters, and met with Chris, who now works at the mall's game corner. I checked that GameStop was open, remembered that I am excited for Assassin's Creed 3, and then established a temporary Team Unown headquarters in the food court across from Subway restaurant. I went to download Keldeo onto my black version, and in the store I saw some art of its Resolute form, only available when it's traded to Black 2 or White 2 version. It's interesting to note that the guy in the Pokemon Center delivered to me not only Keldeo, but also Mewtwo and Darkrai from previous events that I never bothered to pick up before then. Speaking of things I forgot to do, this Keldeo event was the first meaningful event in Generation 5 besides Victini, so I forgot to amass some Pokemon to be traded away for Keldeos. I always had my hundreds of Magikarps to trade away for event Pokemon, but this time I had to go and catch 30 weak Pokemon then and there, which consisted of Patrats and Lillipups. After eating a teriyaki chicken sub from Subway, I started playing through the beginning of White version to get event Pokemon at 11:45 a.m. Listening to music on my iPhone was consistently helpful for the entire mission, and after I got the Sea Gear in White version, I found another Mewtwo and Darkrai that I forgot to pick up. After catching some more weak Pokemon in Black, I sent all 3 event Pokemon from White version to Black version, including Keldeo number 2. And after that was done, I deleted the existing file on White version to obtain Keldeo once again. At the Game Corner there are lots of different games, and a lot of them can result in players earning tickets, which can be redeemed for prizes. And also at the Game Corner there are 2 posters. One, a poster for the game Angry Birds, and the other, a poster for the game Super Mario Galaxy 2. The Super Mario Galaxy 2 poster is located at the innermost part of the Game Corner, and although there was no switch behind the Angry Birds poster, there is something about the Mario poster that seemed very suspicious to me. I didn't have a chance to check for any switches behind it, but I did notice that next to the poster was a door which says, "Please, do not open this door." Whether that door leads to another Team Rocket hideout, or maybe one for Team Plasma, I cannot be sure. All I can say is, stay alert. You never know who could be planning something. The expiration dates on Mountain Dew bottles are getting closer and closer to the 2012 apocalypse. If you're worried about the end of the world in 2012, I think we'll be okay, because we can always depend on Link, Desmond Miles, the Avengers, and Sonic the Hedgehog to save the day. It's interesting when you can play the same 50 minutes of a game over and over again, while the in-game time of day keeps moving forwards independently from the events of the story. And this is something that happened to me when the sun started setting in the game and in real life. This also happened to me when I was getting multiple event Pokemon in Generation 4. I just don't think I mentioned how weird it is. I started in the morning and I took this picture once the lights turned on inside the house. Although these are the same in-game events that I had been experiencing all day. But regardless, after delivering Chinese food to Chris, who was not allowed to leave the Game Corner, I bought my own combination meal to try for myself. I liked it, but I think there was too much chicken. As it got darker, I got more and more Keldeos, and when the mall closed, the moon was out. Keldeo's equivalent within Generation 4 is Darkrai, because both of them are followed in the Pokédex by 2 additional secret Pokemon in the beginning of the next generation. I note this because while this night had a near full moon, Darkride's Island is New Moon Island. Therefore, it's very easy to see that Generation 5 is very different from Generation 4. But, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. After I got home, I sent my last Keldeo of the day to black version, and I prepared a new white version file so that I could quickly receive another Keldeo next time I went to GameStop from the get-go. My Keldeo from black went to my collection, and at that point I had 9 Keldeos of my goal of 30 from white version. Here's a picture of a Rotom vacuum cleaner. A number of days later, on September 1st, I decided to take on Day 2 of Operation Magic Pony. I woke up around the middle of the day, and then went to the bread store and got some awesome bread, and ate that awesome bread, and went to the mall. I forgot to charge my Nintendo DS, so I found an aisle in Target where I could charge it, because I had my charger with me. There in the aisle, I pretended to be interested in rain ponchos, compasses, and repels, and fishing rod capsule things. Anyways, it eventually charged, and I left Target to continue my mission. My mission brought me to GameStop, where I saw some games of interest to me. First of all, New Super Mario Bros. U is a Mario game on Wii U. It doesn't look bad, but I prefer 3D Mario games. And Mario 3D Land was nothing, compared to regular 3D Mario games. I'd like for Nintendo to make a game like Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, or Super Mario Galaxy, but for the Wii U. Pikmin 3 looks interesting. I know that my friend Puck wants it, because as a former grass-type Pokemon trainer, he loves the Pikmin series. I never got into it because the original's day limit intimidated me like the time limit in Majora's Mask once did. The only difference in the intimidation factor between those two games is that I realized that there's no reason to fear the possibility of a non-winnable Majora's Mask save file, while I do believe that a non-winnable Pikmin 1 save file is indeed possible. I know that Pikmin 2 fixed this, but I like to play games in order of release when I can. Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 are a big deal, obviously, but I have no idea what to expect. All will be revealed in time. Guess what? There's a Halo 4 now. Or there will be. I once found an abandoned packaging for Halo 3 on the sidewalk in Hyannis, and that was cool. And that's all the experience I have with Halo. Assassin's Creed 3. Yes, I am still excited for it. I did realize. Now, New Super Mario Bros. 2 is the first game that I know of that Nintendo is selling both as a physical game and a virtual game at the same time. And people have a choice to own either version. The advantage of a physical copy of the game is the ability to share that game with your friends once you get bored of it. And I guess the advantage of a digital version is it not having to take up space. I prefer having physical copies of games, but the choice is yours. And really, I hope we will always have that option. Darksiders 2 is interesting, but I still need to play Darksiders 1. My friend Cheese has recommended it to me, so it's only a matter of time until I play it. Guess what? I totally called this one. I was thinking about the Lego Movie game series, and after Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Batman, Harry Potter, and Pirates of the Caribbean, I thought they ran out of movies, until I remembered Lord of the Rings. I gave my brother Elgarai my prediction, and he then told me that they already announced it. What's next, I wonder? The Hobbit? The Avengers? Probably. So this day marked the first day of spring in Unova. Although, to be technical, that was the 5th spring in Unova since the American release of Pokemon Black and White. I brought cans of Mountain Dew with me, had Subway again, and did a lot of Pokemon White resetting and trading. And at the end of that day, my friends Matt, Jake, and Tom hung out with Chris and I at the game corner. Then the day ended, and I had 16 Keldeos of my 30 goal. The next day, let's call it day 2.5, having the previous day prepared another white version file to receive another Keldeo, I stopped at a GameStop on my way to Team Unown headquarters Cape Cod, where my brother and I kayaked on the surrounding river. I was able to gain one Keldeo and prepare another white file for day 3.